it is axiomatic,
Demonstrated
Josh. So you're a fucking amateur, dude. Don't bother me.
Wait, what's axiomatic?
But you never demonstrated anything.
Yes.
And thereby.
No, I never did, because it wasn't about, this doesn't come from a fucking, study or research. This is about just observing, the axiomatic events for you to realize. It is something that anyone can see once presented with the information. It is not a difficult claim to make, and even a baby can understand it.
You were made
of course you cannot. But no, I never got the chance, because this guy was just too under the assumption that I was referring to something I was not. That's first of all, and second of all,
you've got the chance now.
I got the chance to do it afterwards.
Well, you have the chance now.
That's another video. I get the chance now of what? Of re-entering the fucking conversation?
Yeah, explain what the fuck you're saying.
Giving you a fucking gift about it? Nah, man. The conversation I had with Krill, it is done. And there's another video, when we get into the subject. Furthermore, I am busy right now. But I do need you, John. I think you would be more fair, because I'm making a video right now, and I want to know your opinion about Majid Nawaz. And I don't want to be unfair, so I think you can help me in that sense if you're available. If you're available, dude.
Why would you want John's opinion? He's fucking worthless.
John's perspective is trustable. Furthermore, he's
a dumbass.
He's
a moron.
No,
an idiot.
No, dude.
Stupid. What?
Yeah, that's your personal opinion about it. Now, no, but I need his perception.
But you said he was dumb.
What?
You said in the past that he was dumb.
What do you need John's perspective on?
Scarlett, why do you need to smear me, dude? I mean, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, why do you need John's perspective on?
Because he tends to be objective. Huh?
No, what do you need his perspective on?
About what the podcast of Sam Harris and Majid Nawaz with Joe Rogan.
Sounds boring.
That's great.
What do you mean you need his perspective? You want to know what he thinks about it?
Yeah. I want to know what he thinks about a particular. I have a perspective, but I want to know his perspective about Majid Nawaz.
What do you think?
Because I know I am subjective. And I need like another opinion, just to contrast and to understand, because I know this guy, John, he knows. The fuck.
I love John's little Spartan sandals he's wearing in the elevator.
Dude,
those are awesome.
What the fuck, man? I mean, this is so good. Who did that?
Nobody.
Penis, dude? No,
it was
DGH.
Oh, it's just a guy who looks like John. I see. Okay, great. Yeah, so I need another perspective. So I know John is familiar with the subject. So I don't know if he's awake.
You think John is objective?
Well, you see, listen, Summer. I know you dislike, for instance, Jordan Peterson. You guys all are, and you don't realize, very subjective individuals. If your emotions are in the way, you will think, and you will, affect your reasons through your emotions. So John is not the case. I mean, John seems these people. Yes, of course, he has a positive, perspective on them.
You will think and affect your reasons for your emotions.
More objective.
Is that what you just said?
Yes, yes. So
what was that?
What's the problem? That? I mean, what do you care?
You will think and affect your reasons for your emotions?
Your emotions affect your reasoning and your tendencies to reason. You guys don't
and your thinking.
This is very,
affects your reasons for emotions.
Your what? I'm sorry, what?
You said something about your thinking is going to affect your reasons for your emotions.
Exhaustive
well, yeah, that was the claim of the fucking video, but that's another thing.
Fuck! Shut the fuck! Do you agree with fucking exhaustive categories?
Yeah, I didn't hear that. Tasteless.
Yeah, well, I don't care. Like I say, I mean, JJ, let's be honest, man. You're a fucking troll. And unless you are willing to have a, productive.
Well, you said something that doesn't make any sense. It's not, are you saying that your thoughts are going to affect your reasons for your feelings, and your feelings affect your thoughts?
Feelings are very powerful.
He did say just both of those things, so I don't know why he said either of them.
Feelings are extremely powerful.
So he's not around, huh? What?
Does your thinking affect your reasons for your emotions?
Yes, they both influence each other. However, you can use reason to affect your emotions, or you can use reason to not and prevent your emotions to affect your reasoning. So all you have is control of your reasoning.
What?
Yes, what I'm saying is you have control of your reasoning, and that's what you should apply to make to have a more productive response of your emotions.
What? You should use reason to have a more productive response to your emotions.
So after a
Yes,
long
you should use reason.
Surgical and partially surgical proposal, you should be able to do this.
This is very, very simple. It is not
what the fuck?
Complex. What do you you do understand the claim, or you don't understand the claim? You do understand, but you disagree, or you don't understand and you also disagree?
I just don't know what you're saying that's either makes sense or is informative most of the time.
So you don't know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're trying to convey, no.
Well, JJ, if I offer to take John John's place in that critique of Nawaz, Harris, and Rogan, since I'm familiar with that, would that help understand?
No, I don't even give a shit about that part. I'm curious about the thinking and the reasoning and the emotions. Because that was just a bunch of gibberish. Right, Tasteless?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, JJ, it is what I said. Your thinking, your reasoning affects your emotions. You have control of your thinking, okay? Therefore, you have an influence in you can determine your emotions. Also, your emotions affect your reasoning. Yes, that is something that happens. But in the end, you get control of your own reasoning. Yes, so you should use that control. You should use that control to get more productive results. When it comes to your emotions in your life. Okay, this is what I'm saying.
I'm not even sure there's much difference between emotion and reasoning.
Yeah, well, they are interconnected, and they influence each other constantly.
And you're advocating for using your reasoning to override your emotions affecting your reasoning.
Of course, of course.
Ah.
This is what you can do.
So,
this is what you really can
so
do.
all the
This is
while
using
that your
power.
emotions, so all the while that your emotions are affecting your reasoning, you should use that reasoning that's being affected by your emotions to override your emotions affecting your reasoning.
Your emotions influence your reason, but you determine your emotions. Okay, it is
what
in that kind of yes. The influence.
So you determine your emotions and you determine your reasoning.
You determine your emotions.
Are we all clear?
Your reasoning is influenced by your emotions.
Right. Okay. And you also determine your reasoning.
You also determine. Yes, you have control.
And
of
you want
your reasoning.
you want to determine your reasoning to influence your emotions, which are you determine, which also influence your reasoning.
Yes.
Got it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Perfect fucking sense. Thank you. Feel so much smarter now. God damn it. Everybody got it now?
Do you know? I really
can't get much more clear than that, right?
I think there's just a point where you have to visualize your desire, and then after a point, you let go.
That's another thing. Now, listen. Anyone here knows who Majid Nawaz is? I really need this to get this done.
He's an Islam scholar and pontificator.
Holy shit! Is someone other than Joey knows?
You mean apologist?
Do you know something about him?
I know a little about him.
Oh, okay. Did you saw the podcast now?
The Joe Rogan one? No, I didn't see. But I've seen a lot of Majid in other stuff, debates and stuff.
Because I'm going to make a suggestion, a bold one, that he was involved in the 9/11 attacks. What? But I need like a person who's able to give me a more charitable perspective of him.
I want to listen to it. I want to hear your theory.
He was an Islamist for a while. He was anti-American.
Well,
I am basing his words. I'm using his words to suggest this.
Okay, which words?
He was explaining to Joe Rogan about his why he was flagged by both for being a fucking terrorist and being a fucking anti-Muslim. So the guy is accused of being both, being anti-Muslim and being a terrorist, a radical jihadist. Now, the first part was where he was accused of being a jihadist because I think he met with the terrorist attackers in some strip club, and then they used that information to flag him, and afterwards he was talking about his experience and when he got jailed and the process, and within that process he was talking about when the attacks happened, and he specifically said we didn't the security protocols change in the world, something we didn't know will happen nor predicted. So the idea is that Majid is just he went to jail and he spent like 4 years in jail talking with the founders of jihad there, and then he got out of jail and said, oh, I'm reformed and I'm going to change, I no longer believe in the faith, which is laughable. And many people seem to think that Majid is just using this supposedly reformed faith to infiltrate societies and take over as the jihad demands or something. So basically I'm using those words to try to exhibit that idea. I'm not saying it is, but I'm making the question, and I want to know if there's another, position that he could take that is more like, you know, defensible. And I'm talking about the part of him saying, something we didn't foresee or we didn't know about nor predicted. I mean, who's able to predict these things, man? When he was talking about, the results or the outcome of the attacks of 9/11, they weren't able to see the implications that it would have worldwide when it came to security, um, things.
Yeah, from my understanding, he's still a Muslim, but he's not considered like authoritative within the Muslim community, primarily because of his shift, from being an Islamist to kind of sort of being an anti-Islamist, like you mentioned after he spent his time in jail. He mentioned some story about how he got like punched in the face by an American when he was chanting "Death to America" or something like that. After spending time in jail, he actually came out and he was reformed, and he got punched in the face by an Islamist. After talking shit about Islam. I thought it was a funny story.
Well, he also mentioned, how he accepted he was a co-founder of these terrorist groups. He was also in the leadership before getting in jail. This happened, right? And afterwards, he also, revealed that the strategy that jihadists are using in Syria, it is to be embedded in their society. Of course, in Majid Nawaz's idea, it doesn't matter how to get to power. It just matters to get to power. And under jihad, you can lie about your own faith to get there. So I think Majid is just trying to sell this idea for Muslims to be more accepted within the cultures they are trying to conquer. But I'm not saying I'm not going to talk about the idea, but I'm going to use his words and his narrative to, portray him in that frame. So, but I would like to I would ask you if you would think that if you think that is fair or not.
Sorry, if I think what is fair?
I mean, if portraying him in that sense, in that framework, using his own words.
Do I think it's fair that you're portraying him as sort of like somebody who's
like a fucking liar?
As a fucking liar?
Oh, yes, a contradictory view, and like exhibiting his intentions, his true intentions, which would be that to have this strategy.
I'm not sure. It's hard to say. I mean, I know Muslims consider him like to be turned or to be non-legitimate, but what I know about him currently comes from Sam Harris, so I'm not sure how objective I can be.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, that's fair enough. I appreciate your help, man. And by the way, Penis, what software did you use to create that audio, man? It was great. It's just it's just amazing. I mean, if you want to shit, Fruit Loops, really? Oh shit, you're one talented motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, it's kind of old software. I
No,
need
no,
to upgrade, but
I know
it's
him.
still pretty solid.
I know that, but I don't fucking manage it like that. I mean, it is very interesting, but what you did there. Okay, thanks, man.
I love you, Tasteless.
Love you too.
Gay. JJ, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tasteless. Harris and Rogan didn't seem very objective to me viewing that podcast.
No, it didn't say. I mean, to be honest, I've seen Nawaz in different, programs and whatnot, and he looks very fucking confident. But with Rogan, he really seemed to, he spoke like he said basically things that are like pretty. They suggest that is the case.
That's probably just due to the contact high from being there.
Well, I don't know. But Nawaz, yeah, he seems very, and I get these followers of mine just asking me to do something like that, but I'm not sure. I mean, the guy's opinion on Islam and whatnot. I think, well, even if he's lying, his opinion is correct. But then again, I didn't know the whole story. I'm gonna check that out.
You do that. Milkable, is it ABLE?
Yeah, when I search for bacon, I can't even find bacon bone.
Black, have you ever dated a woman that was lactating?
Can't find bacon bone where?
On the right, it's a member of the server. He like changes his name and shit. I can't fucking find him.
Yes, his last nickname was Bacon Bone, Tomer.
Yeah, I don't see that.
He's currently a binned biller.
See what I mean?
There you go. It is in the chat.
Bind biller, maybe?
It is in the chat, Tomer. Just click on it.
Yeah, not
was
that
because
hard.
Creel changed the first the first letter to a fucking symbol. That is why you couldn't find it.
I don't think I have it.
I hope none of you are exploiting any cows tonight.
Is Black there? Has anybody ever dated a girl that was lactating?
Who just did that?
I hope there's no, retard.
I was married to a woman who was lactating.
Retard holocaust going on.
Like the second to last girl that I slept with, for some reason she couldn't stop lactating after her pregnancy, and when we were having sex, I was so high I was on Dilaudid, but I was drinking her milk from her.
Shut the hell up!
No, I swear.
Did you like it?
I don't remember because I was so high.
Wow, that's so not vegan.
She actually got off, like she would actually take her tit, and she was actually, just like you would see like in a like, I just remember she's like, hey, I'm still lactating, check this out, and she came to my mouth there.
You freak.
You're crazy, Boots.
What? No, dude.